Truth or fluke, Dusty Baker just retired from his managerial duties, had a pretty good career, but Dusty Baker is one of the most overrated managers in baseball history. I'm going with truth, and I mean it very, very much. I think that he's probably the most overrated manager in baseball history.
Wow. Let me hear the reasoning behind it because Jedi texted the group chat about this, and Houdini and I were just like, "Excuse me, what?" So I want to hear his reasoning because I think this is absolute ludicrous.
Look, when I say this, you have to understand. Overrated. I'm not saying he's a bad manager. He's a great manager. He's just overrated. Look, the dude has never won a Game 7. That speaks volumes of his playoff resume. And let me tell you, we pull it up right now. It's not good, okay?
How many times was he in a Game 7?
5. And he lost all of them. I think it speaks volumes. That means you got bounced 5 times. And you
but how many Game 6s did he close?
Look at that, he was in the World Series multiple times and lost it. Finally got carried by just an overly talented Houston Astros team. Let's be honest. Everybody saw them winning the World Series that year because they were just really good. You guys are shaking your heads, but it's just a really good team, man.
Like the Dodgers were really good this year too. But they didn't
before he was there, AJ Hinch already won a World Series with them. He was gift wrapped a World Series team. Anybody could argue this in the comments. You're just wrong. And I'm curious if you guys are disagreeing with me. I kind of think that's kind of like
you're
kind of flabbergasted.
You're basing an entire Hall of Fame career off of one World Series where he was gift wrapped at a championship team. That's it.
Yes, because I grade grade a manager based on them winning. Okay, that's like saying if I can't think of anybody right now, but if you were to tell me this person's the greatest manager in any sport, but they have 0 championships to their name, no, they're not.
But that's not the case, though. Like, you're just doing it off.
But he was gift wrapped, and I understand. My reasigning is he was gift wrapped at a championship. He won.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't. They were coming off the sign stealing scandal. He was the perfect guy to fix that.
With more talent coming in that they brought in.
But he was the right guy, right? You can say whatever you want. The guy's been manager of the year 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
3 times.
And has gotten bounced quite a lot.
Dude, yeah. He was fucking coaching the Reds.
Who cares? He's coaching the Giants with Barry Bonds.
Dude.
He was coaching the Giants with Barry Bonds. He was coaching the Cubs.
Career record? You got
Give
that
me a
up there?
break.
His overall record.
What's
his overall record is 2,183 wins.
Great job.
1,862 losses. That's a 540 winning percentage. And in the postseason, he's 57-51 with a 528 winning percentage. I know it's a hot take. It's a truth fluke. Your statement is a fluke. I'm not going to continue talking about this. He's not one of the best managers of all time. I will give you that. He's just
overrated.
How is Hall of Fame
this
overrated?
statement?
I think
this statement is he's an overrated manager. I just went to the extent of saying, in my opinion, I think he's the most overrated manager.
I don't think he's overrated at all. I think he's perfectly rated.
The last question I'll ask you, Jedi, is do you think he belongs in the Hall of Fame?
Absolutely.
Then how can he be overrated?
Because I like I said, looking at his resume, he is a fantastic manager. But if people want to put him on a list and say like he's a top 5 manager, which I've heard, that's absolutely ridiculous. He is not a top 5 manager.
You can't say yes,
Never
he
in a
belongs in
million
the Hall
years.
of Fame, and yes, he's
I can.
overrated. Well, then he shouldn't belong in the Hall of Fame if you think he's overrated.
There are plenty of people in the Hall of Fame that I can't name off the top of my head, but I guarantee you I could probably say this person doesn't even belong in the Hall of Fame. There's plenty of people like that. And I know you could agree with me that there's people in the Hall of Fame right now that don't really belong.
Yeah, maybe because the way that the system works, where you get in after 6 to 8 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say anybody modern? No, absolutely not. Yeah, some dude from the 20s that I have no idea who it is. Yeah, maybe.
But no, I don't think he's overrated at all. I think he's perfectly rated.
I think he's perfectly rated.
I wish he was the Yankee manager for the last 20 years.
Would you consider?
And the shit that he did
would
with
have never won.
Was really cool too.
They would have fucking won more than they have now.
No. I don't think so.
Why?
Can't get it done.
Why?
His resume in the playoffs speaks for itself.
Okay, so you're saying that the fact that his teams were incapable of winning Game 7 is his fault?
No.
That's what you're saying.
The fact that he was in the playoffs as much as he was and he never won until he was gift wrapped at a team like the Astros, I think speaks astronomical just reasonings of why he is overrated, but he's not a bad manager. He's a fantastic manager. He is just overrated. The last thing I'll say, would you guys consider him a top 5 manager in baseball history? If you do, I think you're crazy. But I've heard that. I've heard that.
He didn't win enough rings.
I've heard that. I have heard people compare him to top 5, compare him to Joe Torre. Are you out of your mind?
Okay, but hold on. Look, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about it. Can't compare managers on the teams they had, right? You're talking about Dusty being gift-wrapped a team. Joe Torre walked himself into a gift-wrapped.
Totally agree.
He
got it done, though. I
understand, but and so did Dusty with that Astros team. So look, I think he's perfectly rated. I can agree to disagree. It is what it is.